guys, for today's video I wanted to give you guys a little tip that I wish I would have known about. It is a video that I kept putting off and I don't know why, and it's kind of a little bit late to do it, but better late than never, right? For the first like 3 or 4 months, Jackson loved to be swaddled, and that's all I did. I swallowed him. I swaddled him all the time. And about 3 or 4 months, Jackson was showing me that he was ready to not be swaddled. It didn't matter how tight of a swaddle I did. It didn't matter what type of swaddling products I used. He would get his cute little hand out and he would knock his binky out and he would flail. He would flip out. He was so ready to not be swaddled. But then on the other hand, he was ready. He seemed like he did want to be swaddled because he would get so mad that his hands were in his face. And I thought that it was time to not swaddle him anymore, even though about 3 or 4 months is still pretty early to not swaddle a baby, in my opinion. I thought that he was showing me that he was ready, that he didn't want to be swaddled anymore. You okay? You okay? You better? Yeah. So he's probably going to be coughing and making lots of noises, but that's okay. It's kind of a relaxed video today. But so I searched online tips on how to wean babies from swaddling, and I could find nothing really on Google. I could find nothing really on YouTube. The main tips that would come up, it seemed like it would be easy to transition babies to not swaddle anymore. They said to wrap babies so just their one arm was out, and then they would get used to the one arm and then they could have both arms out. Yeah, right, he still flailed with one arm out. So I thought if he's gonna cry, he might as well cry with both arms out. And I let him cry a little bit for naps, and he wasn't having it. He was so upset. And I called all my sisters, I messaged friends, and no tips really seemed to help. I even got the swaddling blankets that weren't so tight that they would slowly loosen, and that didn't help. My favorite swaddling blankets are the Aiden and Annis. They're from Babies R Us. They are my favorite swaddling blankets. They are so lightweight, they are so breathable, and they just work so well. They stretch so I could get a really nice swaddle on Jackson. The basic tips that I found was just to swaddle your baby with one arm out, and that didn't help because he still would get upset with just the one arm out. So I thought if he's gonna get upset, he might as well be upset with both of his arms out, and that wasn't really working, and I really didn't want him to cry it out all that long. I mean, I did let him cry it out quite a bit, but it wasn't helping. I knew that there were other ways that would be better for him. And so after searching, after not really finding any answers, a lot of people suggested to not use the typical swaddling cloth anymore. A lot of people suggested to get different types of wraps that would Velcro, that you could slowly loosen, but he would still get his arms out of those, and I always returned them anyways. And so one day I was at Walmart and I walked past the mobile section in the baby department, and I thought maybe he would like a mobile, but I had put little toys in his crib before. I would put this toy in his crib, and I would twist it and it would make noise, and I thought that he would really like it, but that didn't seem to help either. So that's why I was like, oh, maybe a mobile wouldn't help. I ended up picking up the mobile. I brought it home. I put it above his crib. I cranked a little bit of noise up. I spun it so it would make a little bit of noise, and Jackson fell asleep instantly without being swaddled. And then ever since then, he wasn't swaddled anymore, and he transitioned really easy after that. So that was my one tip to share with you guys, to use a mobile. Something so simple that everyone usually has, but it's something that I didn't have in the crib. And I'm actually glad that I didn't have the mobile up until that point, because maybe he would have gotten used to the mobile, and then the transition would have been even harder. I don't know, but I think that that was a fun tip that I as a mom learned myself that I am excited to share with anyone out there, that maybe that will help you guys if your baby's having a hard time not being swaddled anymore. So that's my tip. And then my last little thing is, now that Jackson isn't being swaddled, he kind of scares me because he likes to put blankets above his head, and then he likes it though. Like, he'll laugh and smile under the blanket and kind of wiggle his hands, but if I'm not with him watching him, he doesn't know how to take the blanket off. And I've come into his crib a couple of times and like, what are you doing? I do like the Aiden and Anna's blankets for that reason, because they are breathable, but I kind of felt like at the night he would unravel himself anyway from those, and I would just wrap his arms out of it and just wrap his little legs up with that after I transitioned him from swaddling. But my favorite thing lately has been the sleep sacks, and I really like them. I put him in this little sleeping bag, and his little arms come out the side, and he has this little sleeping bag that he sleeps in, and it's safe. He stays warm, he can roll over, his little feet can kick in it, and it doesn't come off of him, and I really liked it. I think they have multiple sizes. Yeah, this is a small. I need a medium now that he's growing even bigger, but I wonder if, I've looked and I haven't found any. I want a sleep sack that comes with actual arms, like sleeves, so it'll keep his arms warm at night, but I haven't seen any, but this will do. I really like it, especially now that it's summer here. So that is a quick little short casual video for you all. If you guys had any issues with transitioning your babies from being swaddled and you have a tip that may have worked for you, please comment down below and let me know, because that may help me for my next baby, or if this doesn't help any moms out there, maybe your guys' tip will help them. So like I said, this is just kind of a short little video. I just got over being really sick. I actually went to the hospital because I was really dehydrated and Jackson's teething, so I just thought that it'd be kind of fun to sit on his bedroom floor and give you just a quick tip. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. You okay? You good? Good.